Episode 11, Echoes of the Past. Previously on the cracked plate, Jimmy and Mia took their first steps toward identifying their triggers, tracing them to deeply rooted fears and limiting beliefs. With Jenna's guidance, Mia began to explore the role of self-doubt in her reactions, while Jimmy's workshop facilitator, Olivia, helped him confront his defense mechanisms. Both are learning to navigate the discomfort of their past, but the journey is far from over. Jimmy sat across from Olivia, her calm demeanor steadying the restless energy in the room. The workshop had ended, but Jimmy lingered, compelled to share. "Something happened today," he admitted, his voice low. "Mia sent me a text about canceling our next meetup. She said it was too much right now, and I reacted." Olivia leaned forward. "What happened next?" "I shut down," Jimmy admitted. "I told myself I knew this would happen. Like I wasn't worth the effort. I didn't even reply. I just froze." Olivia's expression softened. "What did her message stir in you?" Jimmy hesitated before answering. "Rejection, like I wasn't good enough for her to stick around." Olivia handed him his notebook, her voice gentle. "Let's start there. Write it down. What triggered you, what you felt, and what belief it awakened." Diving into the formula, Jimmy opened his notebook and began writing. Trigger, Mia's text about canceling our meeting. Discomfort, rejection, abandonment, like I'm being left behind again. Defense mechanism, shutting down, telling myself it doesn't matter even though it does. Avoiding replying to protect myself. Olivia's voice interrupted his thoughts. "And what fear is fueling that defense mechanism?" Jimmy paused, his pen hovering over the page. Finally, he wrote, "Fear. If I let her in, she'll leave anyway. Just like everyone else." The memory came unbidden, his father walking out the door when he was 10, promising to visit but never showing up. The ache of that moment felt as raw now as it had then. Jimmy added, "Belief, I'm not worth staying for." Across town, Mia's journey. Mia sat at her desk, Jenna nearby with the emotional menu book open. "What were you feeling when you sent that message to Jimmy?" Jenna asked. Mia flipped her pen between her fingers. "Overwhelmed. I wanted space, but deep down, I was scared." "Scared of what?" Jenna pressed. "That if we keep going, I'll lose myself again. Like I won't matter, and it'll all be about him," Mia confessed. Jenna nodded. "Sounds like a trigger. What's the discomfort underneath it?" Mia hesitated, then said, "Anxiety. Like suffocating. Like I'm going to disappear." Jenna slid Mia's journal closer. "Write it down. Let's trace it back." Mia wrote, "Trigger, thinking about meeting Jimmy. Discomfort, anxiety, fear of disappearing. Defense mechanism, avoiding the conversation by canceling." As she stared at the words, a memory surfaced. Her mom, tearful, promising things would get better after her dad left. But nothing ever changed. Mia continued writing. Memory, mom's broken promises. Belief, people don't change. Trusting them will only hurt me. Parallel paths. At the workshop, Olivia guided Jimmy closer to his belief. "Your defense mechanism protects you," Olivia explained, "but it also keeps you stuck. The discomfort isn't just about Mia. It's about the belief you've carried for years. And beliefs can change, Jimmy, but only if you're willing to challenge them." Meanwhile, at Jenna's house, Mia stared at her journal. "Your fear of losing yourself is valid," Jenna said gently, "but it's also rooted in a story you've been telling yourself for a long time. Does that story still serve you?" Mia bit her lip, her voice barely audible. "I don't think so." "Then maybe it's time to write a new one," Jenna suggested. Jimmy stared at his notebook late into the night, the words "I'm not worth staying for" glaring back at him. With a deep breath, he added beneath it, "But what if I am?" Across town, Mia underlined a passage in her book. Triggers are reminders of past pain, not present truths. She whispered to herself, "What if I'm not disappearing? What if I just need to show up differently?" For the first time, both felt the weight of their beliefs begin to shift. Jimmy and Mia are beginning to uncover the beliefs that drive their reactions, but understanding isn't enough. Can they learn to rewrite the narratives that have shaped their lives? or will they remain trapped in old patterns? Tune in to The Cracked Plate, Episode 12, Rewriting the Script.